Hi.
What's up?
Listen,
What's up?
those who have been watching my streams the last few days have known this headset has sold me on many times. I've been forgetting it's muted. I was streaming Apex for like a whole hour. People were coming in saying hi, and I'm just talking back. And someone finally was like, "Is she muted?" Like after an hour,
That'd be
and
killing me
I was
when
like,
folks do
"I'm
that.
muted." No, oh
The
no.
whole
And then
time.
I fixed it, and I accidentally muted myself again. So I was in there talking shit again. Like I'm like, oh well, I'm unmuted myself, and nobody still ain't talking back to me. And then somebody was like, I think she's muted again. I was like, oh. So I went another hour, and I was playing Apex, so I was locked in.
Right. Because you can't take your attention away from that game for a second. The moment you
Yes.
turn and do something, it's gone.
This
Hey,
thing
what's up,
sells
Bat?
you the button, the mic button on the wire, man. I be accidentally pulling it down. The second time I had pressed the mute button on my PlayStation controller and didn't realize. So it was like,
See, that's what be selling me the PlayStation. That's why I leave it muted at all times. I'm like, let me just use the headset. I'm not even touching this.
but when I mute that and then use the headset, it be muted still. I don't know. It's so weird. Because I was trying to figure out how to mute myself in game and still talk to the stream, but it wasn't possible. So I was like, oh well, they just gonna have to hear me talk to chat, I guess. I felt bad for my party members, but hey.
I mean, that's what happens when you're dealing with the Supreme, though.
Exactly.
The controller and headset was a team up. It was. It be doing.
They were
the
teaming
most.
up on me for real. Like, and I was just so funny because I was talking shit. I was like, so I was giving a recap of all the things I had said the first time I was muted, and then it still was muted. But I'm over here like, see, y'all still not responding to me. So it doesn't even matter if I'm muted or not. And then
Right.
shit. I'm like, oh my bad. I was over here talking shit about y'all. Like y'all ain't answering me, and it was me. I am the problem.
I'm the problem. It's me. But yes, we have SupremeSensai here, who was also a pivotal person at Dreamcon 2025. We had her hosting. We had her, wandering. We had her at Trap Sushi. We had her winning the Call of Duty tournament.
Yeah.
So we gonna dive
I need that
in.
money.
Yeah, we gonna. How much was it that you won? Is it
personally? I won 2,000, but the tournament was 25K prize pool, so it was split between your teammates. It was split between the teams. Like it was a show match, so everybody wins, but our team won, so we won the most, and we split that amongst each other.
Hey,
so we were going home with something regardless. But
in this economy, an extra $2,000, beautiful. I could use an extra $2,000 right now.
I need it. I mean, I'm still waiting on it, but when it comes, it's gonna be great.
It's like it still need to get here. I got the check.
It still need to get here, but when it comes, it will be used appropriately. That's for sure.
Hey, but RDC getting to the point where they can drop 25K in gaming tournaments. Like, this is where we're at now. They have their own
that was
esports.
Call of Duty. I mean, that was through Call of Duty. So there's tons of money there.
Yes, that is true.
And it was last minute. I found out about that when I was at MomoCon. I got an email about that. It was like, hey, you want to play in a Call of Duty Warzone tournament? And I was like, I don't really play Warzone, but hey, I'm not gonna say no because they said paid opportunity. I was like, heck yeah, I'm down. Why would I ever deny that? I don't even care if I'm not that good at Warzone. I'm finna play.
Exactly.
And it turned out to be a show match. I didn't even know it was 6v6 until I saw the flyer on this Instagram. I was like, oh, well, shoot, I'm about to win this.
And you did. And did.
Okay. We need I need a sign. I need a hand sign for the island. I don't even know.
The island. I don't know what is that?
The island.
Yeah,
I don't know about the island.
There's a lot of things I don't know about.
The island is a content creator collective that I started in February to replace my redacted collective. Pretty much get you right. Yeah, it's for up and coming rising stars in the creator space It's a lovely, community of amazing individuals who are making content, no matter what kind of content you make, whether you're a streamer, YouTuber, cosplayer, all that good stuff. And yeah, it's just basically, did you know what Big Creator was?
Yeah, I know what Big Creator was.
Okay, so it's Big Creator 2.0. I left community. I could not keep Big Creator. Legally, it wasn't mine. I made it under community, so unfortunately I could not take it. So I had to make my own thing.
Okay.
So my own thing is the island. Yeah.
Got you. See, a little bit of
You don't
behind the
have to be
scenes.
established in streaming, Babs. You don't have to be established. You need to get in to start. That's what you do. You need to get in to start. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, Bab, you got more followers than me. While you sitting up here talking, like you're doing great. This not about me. Okay. But but let's get into it. I know we bounced around. We did kind of talk about the tournament already because that was something I want to get into. I'm glad you won that. Actually, well, since we're there, we'll just stick with that. So what strategy did you have? Because you say you don't really play Warzone. So how did you feel going into it?
Well, there wasn't Warzone. They told me it was when I signed up. But by the time, when the flyer came out, I realized that it was 6v6, which is what I normally play, which is multiplayer. And I really, you don't know. I haven't played with any of the people that I was on the team with. I haven't played with anybody who I was going against. So it really was just a show match with a bunch of creators, and we all had to figure out. Some of them had played with each other, I'm sure. But me, I was basically, it's like going into pubs on Call of Duty, like randoms, getting teamed up with anybody, you don't know. But I did know that everybody I was playing with was at least better than me. So I was confident in I was like, if they're at least better than me, then we're good. Like, this should be easy money because I'm good. So I went with, playing. We couldn't hear. That was the first time I've ever played any type of tournament on stage. There's lights. You have commentators who are speaking on the over the intercom and whatever you want to call it, the speakers. You got cameras around you, people in your face recording. So many distractions, and it's hard to hear. You can't hear. I couldn't hear. I didn't have good comms. We couldn't hear each other in the game chat. Because it was so loud. It was the arena. You got fans screaming, all that. So you couldn't hear nothing. So that was hard. I was live tweeting when the tournament was going on. I was like, y'all, we can't hear shit up here. This shit is crazy. But, I was dependent. We were pretty much depending on kind of just what we know. Luckily, all of us are very, we're very, involved in COD. So we knew the maps, most of the maps. But yeah, I just kind of came into it I tried to put myself in it I'm back in my room. I'm just loading up the game. I'm about to play some random pubs and get tossed in, and I'm gonna eat. That's basically what I did. We did some warm-ups, and I was eating in the warm-ups. But the moment that the fans came in, sat down, it was over. It was so much more louder. I could not hear. So by the last match, we went 2-2. It was a best of 5 series, and we went 2-2. So that last match was S&D. When I tell you I cut off the comms, I had to cut off the game chat. I cut off all chats, game chat, anything that was not the game, I cut off. So all I could hear was the game, and it was so much better. I cooked. I was like, oh yeah, I should have did this a long time ago. But it was great. We had a lot of fun. We won the first game, the first map. Then we lost 2 maps, and then we won 2 maps, and then we won the last map. So we did our thing, and I got the last 3 kills on the last map, which was crucial to win. And we went 6-0 in that S&D, which basically means we swept them in the last map. So it was that's why that video you seen of me on there on Call of Duty, it was we were hyped because we were 6-0. Yeah, y'all just got cooked. Y'all thought y'all was doing something. You was not, and I just ate that. Okay, I just ate that. So
okay, you locked in.
I really enjoyed it, and I was like, dang, I would love to. I would love to do it again. I was like, man, this is. Now I see why esports. I've always loved esports, but I've always been at the desk, commentating, hosting, analyzing, maybe even doing producing, like background stuff, maybe recording, getting the people on the stage. Never have I been in the seat playing, and so it was such a fun experience for sure.
Yeah, and with you being like a streamer and a gamer, that's like you've done a lot of hosting stuff too. So it's a new experience for you to like go from hosting into being in the game, and you still won. You still won on top of that. You locked in,
and
you
won,
killed it.
And won. Yes.
You better than me. I was
panicking. My heart was racing so much. My heart was just beating through my chest. So by the time I got off that stage, I was just like cloud 9, and I'm walking through the exhibition hall trying to get out to get food, and me and Keats were walking, and man, people were stopping me like, yo, you won that Coldplay tour? Oh, dab me up. I was like, my heart is just racing because I'm like, I cannot believe I just did that. It was so cool. A great experience. Like, honestly, probably one of my favorite experiences at Dreamcon. All the Dreamcons I've been to the last 3, and this has to be by far my favorite experience. So,
it's funny. Everybody keeps saying that like this is like their 3rd or 4th Dreamcon, because like even me and Geechee and there's a couple other people, like we started going in 2022. So, I guess this would be the 4th for us. So you started in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay. And you made it through all of the chaos that happened. Hey, you know what? Thank you. That's great.
In 2023, I mean, I was my experience is different because my first Dreamcon was also I worked. I was an official host of Dreamcon my first year. So it was like I never got the experience of just being an attendee. So I can't speak for everybody else. I understood what was happening in the background. I understood, people were bashing it and saying that it was unorganized, but I was there to see behind the scenes, like they was trying their best to navigate 20,000 people, going from 800 to 1,000 usually to 20,000 people. They were in a brand new convention center. It was a lot, and I was like, I had to respect it, So I got a different lens, and I had to tell people like, I really wish that your experience as an attendee was better. It was still ghetto. But it wasn't like it made sense, like we still, it's learning curves, like we're still trying to like that. The tournaments were new, like everything. It was so much new stuff, and I was like, you can't expect it to be perfect, and it just requires some serious patience and grace. Like people didn't have no grace in 2023. It was so much being said, and I was like, but it was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah,
honestly, I think 2020, if I put it in order, it's probably going to be 2025, 2023, 2024, if I'm being honest. In terms of how much fun I had. 2024, they worked me like a dog. Last year, Dreamcon had me, I had no time to experience a damn thing. I was on the clock from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And had to go to after parties at that. So it was like, they worked me like a dog. I had a good time because I even hosted the closing ceremony last year, which was the highlight of my weekend. But I was tired.
Yeah.
I was tired.
If I had to rank, I would probably say 2024, 2022, 2025, and then 2023. Okay. Just because, like, I'm someone, I like the smaller, more intimate setting and everything. So I liked when we were in Dallas and it was like 600 people. But I respect the growth for RDC and everything. I love that. And 2024, it just seemed like everything just seemed to work last year. Maybe it was because I was with a couple of friends. I was running around because I run with Cleo most of the time, and that started in 2023. But it's just like all the chaos that was going on with 2023 made it like my least favorite. I still had a great time, but it was just like it was so much work to do. And like I saw it through a different lens, because while the chaos was going on with all of the, with the volunteers, some of the volunteers being like faking and stealing shirts and all that. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Stealing shirts.
So
People were faking like they were volunteers.
They signed up to volunteer, and then when they got to Dreamcon, some of them like took the badges and the shirts and used them to get wherever they wanted, and other people just quit after like all of the pressure hit. So that's one of the reasons why it was so chaotic, because we didn't have enough people to work it. So
I did not know that.
Yep, and that's why volunteering is so strict. Now that we don't even get badges anymore. We get day passes. I feel so disrespected. It's like, I understand why they did it, but I just feel like, dang, I can't even come in here tomorrow.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's insane. But it does make sense.
It does. But it was like
2023 was a good year. I don't know. People was hating. Listen. That was the year I did the Big Creator House, 2023. So we had a nice little house with the hot. Like, it was so much fun. I think I also partied the most. That was the year I partied the most. I got the most drunk every night. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh yeah, no. I lost my voice that year. I was cooked.
Cooked.
I came in hot, and it was maybe because it was my first DreamCon, and I was so excited, and I've never seen so many Black people who love what I love in the same space at the same time. So I was on cloud 9 for sure.
That's what I keep telling people. It's like, because I live in Chicago, so there's a bunch of cons here, and it's kind of like you go to them all after you've been to enough of them. It's still a good time, but then going to DreamCon and seeing mostly us doing all of this stuff and just like enjoying being around each other, like you just being completely honest, there's not too many things that I know of where you can get a whole collection of us together and it's just chill. You can be who you want, think who you got people dressing up in cosplays, you got people talking like, you can sit up here and be Black and be a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I saw a Yu-Gi in 2025. You get picked on for that mess in other places. Here is cool. All that stuff is cool. It's a collection of Kingdom Hearts people. I love Kingdom Hearts. There's like 50 swords that show up every DreamCon. You can't do that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Not as us.
And also, another reason why I love 2023, that was before the IRL streaming era. So we didn't have too many of the issues with the IRL streamers. You know, 2023, I had no encounters with IRL streamers. 2024, oh my God, because I was an official host, so I was able to, I was in the backs, like the back walking areas, backstage. I had backstage access, so a lot of the big time streamers were walking through those ways, and I was getting, caught up in that crap, like, and it was like, oh no, here y'all go, bringing this stuff to DreamCon, like, oh God. And it just, I knew once it happened like that year, I knew every year after that is just gonna be what it is. And I know, like, we're in the era of clip farming and stuff like that, so it's like, hey, what you gonna do? Like, at this point, you can go anywhere and you're gonna see something like that. But it was 2023 was free of that. People were streaming, but it wasn't like how, it wasn't, the streamers weren't coming to DreamCon to stream it. They were coming and pulling up to the after parties, or like maybe showing up to an event or whatever. Like, they were like guests. And also, Corey Kitchen came.
Corey freaking Kitchen.
Baby, the way I shivered. I was like, I had to play cool because I was a host, but I had to play cool, I
was in the back when they were bringing him through, and they were telling us, like, do not speak. Don't say anything, and he just walked through with a mask, and I'm like, is that Corey Kitchen? And it's like, now,
I didn't know until he got on that stage. I was like,
they kept him so hidden, because it was after everybody went to the main stage, they brought him in with his own security, and was just like, stay chill. And he's so down to earth and so introverted. You could tell, like, the amount of love that he got, the amount of like energy that he got. He was like, whoa.
He said it. Whoa. First of all, he also at that time was not even on, like, he wasn't as active on his socials or his YouTube at the time. So everyone was like, yo, you're alive, you know, like, oh shit. And he's like, I don't ever really do this, you know, y'all know I don't come outside, so
Right.
it's a big deal for me, you know. And I was like, I was just up there shaking, like,
You sitting next to
so,
him?
Yeah, I was just like, woo, I'm glad I didn't have to, you know, host anything with him, because I probably would have just stumbled over every word that I have.
Okay, so then my next question, because we kind of bounced around a bit. So how was this DreamCon experience? You already said it was like your favorite. You said you liked the tournament was probably your favorite part. Did you party a lot in this one? I know I ran into you at Trap Sushi a couple times.
I really didn't. I partied all the Trap Sushis. I partied pretty good. I mean, really, just the most that I did was that Thursday. Was it? No, Friday party. I did the most. Thursday, kinda, I went to the RDC pre-game party, and then I went to LAN party where I think I saw Cleo. I saw you guys there. That was the first party. But yeah, Trap Sushi on Friday was the one I partied the most. Mm-hmm. I didn't do anything Saturday. I went to LAN party on Saturday, but I ended up going home early. I went for like 30 minutes at that and then left. So Saturday night was not the best night for me. I did not enjoy myself, but you know, it made up for it because that next day was Sunday, which was the tournament. So, and then Sunday was a day party, and we actually kept going. We kept partying. Oh, I did get a little drunk. I had to remember because I remember going back with Trap Sushi to their Airbnb and being passed out in the bed, and then having to wake up and get in the Uber to go back to my hotel because I did not stay there. I had to go back to my hotel to pack my clothes and stuff. Well, my clothes already packed, thank God, but I had to get ready, you know, get some rest. But yeah, so Friday and Sunday, very good, very, very good.
Yeah.
But I had the worst experience on Monday. Actually, I'm surprised I did not talk about this on my Twitter. I did talk about it on my close friends. I took an Uber to the wrong airport on Monday morning. I took it to the IAH instead of Hobby. And if you know, that's like, if I'm supposed to go to Hobby from the hotel, that should have been like a 20-minute at most drive. I went backwards to the international one. So when I got dropped off and realized I was at the wrong airport, I had to take an Uber. That Uber to Hobby Airport was like 50 minutes. You had to add traffic. Ooh. I was this close to missing my flight, and I was just in that car. When I tell y'all, this is what it looks like when you are a woman of God, because I was in that car like, just tears were just falling down, and I was like, Lord, if I missed this flight, I missed the flight, you know? Hey, I'll figure it out. You know, I'll see if somebody can pick my dogs up from the boarding. Like, I just was like, I'm gonna cry because I'm sad as hell that this is happening. But this was my fault. I didn't pay attention. I should have checked. You know, I was like, hey, what am I gonna do? And I knew panicking wouldn't get me there faster. I just remember I told the guy in the Uber, he was like, how long is it gonna take me to get there? He was like, 50 minutes. I was like, I just started crying. I was like in the window, like, I just put the headphones on and played some music. It was like, it's okay, girl. I just kept saying, you know what? We gonna make it. And because I have clear, I'm gonna get through. So that was a scary, scary moment. Because all I wanted to, y'all, ever since Friday night after Trap Sushi, I was fulfilled. Friday fulfilled me. I did the volleyball tournament. Trap Sushi was that day. After Friday, I could have went home. Only reason I was staying was because the Call of Duty tournament, and I'm glad I did. I was going to go home. I was like, you know what? I'm really not feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, you know, I'm satisfied. Honestly, I could have did one day and been good. I would have went home and been fine. But I stayed, and so. But just imagine if all you wanted to do was get home since Friday, and then you about to miss the flight on Monday. Oh, heaven's sake! I almost crashed out in that car, but I said, you know what? Crashing out will not help anybody here. So I kept my calm, and we made it home. And I did. I made it. I made it with so much time to spare. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
I was worried about doing the exact same thing because I was looking up the airport, and I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like it didn't take us that long to get to our Airbnb.
And I didn't think that. I'm like, I didn't think that in the car, that this kind of a long ass drive.
Right.
Oh, I was so mad at myself. I was so mad at myself. I was like, how did I not notice? I'm just sitting there looking out the window like, oh, I'm going home. And didn't realize until after I got out the damn Uber. I was so mad at myself. I said, I have nobody else is to blame but me. Nobody.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I think the only thing that saved me was when we got to Houston, I was trying to get an Uber to our Airbnb because we got there late because I didn't have enough money to get like a decent flight. So we flew in at like 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And
I got there. I think I flew in at like 7 or 8, something like that.
I wish we could have did that because we flew in and couldn't even get food. We were just like in the bed.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a lot of not eating this weekend.
Oh my
this
gosh,
past weekend.
me too. Same. Me and Keats was saying that we were starving.
Yes.
Where was the food? And everybody's like, "Oh, I want to go back to Houston because the cuisine, the food is so good." Baby, what was y'all eating?
What cuisine?
Because I swear.
Tell me,
bro. Thank you. I'm so glad you said that because we were literally like, yo, we've been hungry every day. We were hungry. Austin was so good because you had tacos, you know, like there was stuff in walking distance. I felt like there was nothing, you know, like it just was nothing. We went to that ramen spot. That was cool. But like,
they had ramen?
There was this 24-hour ramen spot. But when I tell you the wait was so long because everybody had the same idea.
Shoot. Yeah, we found a couple of places. What really saved us was we had an Uber guy because we went to this breakfast place called the Breakfast Club. Great, if you can
That's
get
what everybody
there.
was talking about.
If you can get there,
had the same.
We had the same food experience pretty much. Cause like Friday we tried to, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday we tried to go because I had to hurry up and get into work, and I told this on the last stream, so I'm gonna kind of paraphrase it a bit. So the line was too long to get there, so our Uber took us to a taco joint that's probably like 10 minutes walking distance from the con, and they have all the tacos you could imagine. It's 5 Mexican ladies, only 2 of them speak English, and they back there they had breakfast tacos, they had lunch tacos, they had regular tacos. So me and my homie, we would go there every morning and just grab some tacos from there. And what happened to me Friday was I got those tacos, and then like you said, you in 2024 was me this year. I was working, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved it, but I didn't get a chance to eat Friday because Cleo's schedule was like packed. So
right.
I tried to leave after the volleyball tournament, which we'll circle back to that. I tried to leave after the volleyball tournament. Took us an hour to get to a restaurant that ended up closing early. So then my friend tries to order Grubhub at our Airbnb. Food never shows up. And so that's when I just went to Trap Sushi, because you asked me about coming Friday. You asked me about coming after the tournament, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to go. And I was so mad that I was like, I can't sleep. I'm so angry. I haven't eaten anything but 2 tacos. I'm like, I have to go do something. So I walked from our Airbnb to Trap Sushi.
Oh my gosh. In that ghetto?
And look, the level of mad I was needed to be calmed with something. So I was able to take a 15-minute walk. Was still mad when I got there, but I ran into Keats. He, let me in. And
okay, good.
It took 4 drinks for me to actually feel like I was enjoying myself. So no food and 4 drinks. I didn't even know that rage could make you sober.
I'm so glad you're saying this though, because I had the same experience. I had not eaten all day Friday. I hadn't eaten because that was the day I was really working with CXM on the Trap Sushi first line thing, and I was doing interviews all day and whatever. I had to do volleyball tournament, and then I went to have to host Trap Sushi. So when I got to Trap Sushi, I was like, I need food. I texted Keith. I was like, yo, I need food. I need to eat. Where can I get food? He's like, you probably had to DoorDash you something. I was like, oh my gosh. And I did. I DoorDashed me some, what was it called? Whataburger. I DoorDashed me and my friend some Whataburger at the club, y'all. At the club, DoorDashed me some food. And you know when I got the food finally, the food took 2 hours to get to me.
Jesus.
By this time, Keisha's performing. This is how long it took. I ordered that food the moment I got there. Nobody was even at the club yet. There was nobody in there. I ordered that food. It took 2 hours to get there. And then when they got there, they wasn't gonna let my friend in with the food. They made him drop it off at the table and did not let him. And so I went back to. He said they won't let you bring it in. I said, what? I done saw Renee and whoever else done brought food in here eat. I said, I need to eat. I'm hungry. Like, I will die here. Okay, I will die here if I don't eat. So I made a really dramatic scene. And I was like, she was like, okay, well, you can eat at the door. So I'm like, literally at the door, rubbing down Whataburger so that I could drink. So I'm happy you said that. You drank without the food. I was not going to do it. I was like, no, because I will literally pass out. I will throw up all my insides. Like, it'll be an issue. So I was like, no, I had to eat. But I did.
Apparently rage makes you sober, because it took 3 drinks for me to, actually feel like I had alcohol that night. It was crazy that it was like that. Also, what's up, Blazing Zero? I saw you.
I'm just glad me and my girl know how to cook.
Right.
Where was I going to cook? In my hotel room?
I'm about to say, like, don't do that, because we know how to cook. I cook all the time up in this house over here, sir. All right. My problem was I was not at my house. I was at an Airbnb that literally had nothing but coffee. No crackers, no peanuts, no nothing. It was nothing in there.
And not even water.
Not even. We had. Did we?
That was the other problem.
We didn't even have water.
Where was the water?
We ain't had no water
at Dreamcon. Where was the water? There was nobody handed. I said, you know what? Next year, I'm finna have a business. I'm finna drive a water truck down to Houston.
A water truck.
And because so many people I would hear was thirsty and needed water, and they didn't want to spend $4 on a water bottle in the convention center.
Right.
So I'm like, hey.
They ran out of water after the first day. Are you serious? Did they really? They probably just expected everybody to take all of the humidity out of the air and make water out of it.
Damn water fountain. I had the Dreamcon water bottle and could never fill it up because I could not find a water fountain in that convention center. I was like, as big as this convention center is, there should be a water fountain outside of each bathroom. Like,
it should be everywhere. Like Austin had them everywhere.
Thank you. That's what I said, bro. Austin, you can find a water fountain in the most random spot. Like it. You just turn your eyes and they're going right there.
There's one there.
That was another issue. The food and the water was my biggest issue with this year's Dreamcon. I was like, I saw everybody else came home. It was like, oh, the food is so good. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to try again. Because, baby, I had a terrible experience food-wise and water. I was dehydrated as hell every day. I was hungry as hell every day. That shit was blowing the hell out of me. Like, I was so tired of eating Whataburger. I literally... When I got home, I was like, yo, if I see another Whataburger, I'm going to puke. Like, no more of that.
And we ate off of tacos the entire weekend.
That's what I'm saying. That's all we had.
We had to pick something.
Tacos or Whataburger.
Yep. But I want to go back to the volleyball game because you did host that. I was also there, but give me your opinion on that. What'd you think of that? How'd you feel about that? It was hype.
That was really fun. I liked that. I think that was probably one of my favorite things I've ever hosted at a Dreamcon. That volleyball tournament. And it's just like, every year my relationships with these people, these big time creators, they get stronger and stronger. So it's like I often put myself in a place of where I was in 2023. No, people knew of me, but they did not know me. They knew they either worked with me in some way with CXM, or may see me on Twitter because of big creator, whatever. But they didn't know me. So like to see that every year, these relationships that I've built grow stronger. So it's like volleyball tournament. I knew everybody on the court pretty much, except for like Senna and stuff. Like, I don't know that side, but like your King Vaders of the world and Barefoot Tasha and Cleo. So it was so fun, like to see them, and like it didn't feel like I was hosting something for people I didn't know. I was hosting something for my friends. Like, it was like, oh, these are my friends. Like that's what it felt like. It was less stressful in that way, because my first Dreamcon I hosted the All-Star Mortal Kombat tournament, and I think it was it Smash? It was something that RDC versus Berlizzi's group. What's that group? Some group.
That was
I
probably
did that, and
Smash. Yeah.
I didn't know any of them. At that point I didn't know who. I wasn't friends with Ben, Mark, like none of them. I didn't know. So when you have to host something like that for people and you don't know them that well, it's a little more stressful. It's a little less authentic. But when this one, by now, this is my third DreamCon, and this is volleyball. Like, I know more than half the people on the court, So it's like it felt really good. My co-host Coffee was really good. The energy, we was dancing a lot. People in the audience was feeling it, and yeah, it was great. I got a lot. We got a lot of compliments. The only thing I would say the downfall is there was no stream link. Unfortunately, so I don't have any footage that at least I know of. I don't have any footage in my possession of the whole volleyball event, because when they streamed it on RDC's page, they just did an IRL streaming, and it was only, it was IRL. So I was like, that was kind of a bummer, because I wanted to clip it up, to go back and get the moments. But hey, it was one of those live in the moment opportunities, and the memory where it will have to be there. I think I got like one picture, like from somebody who was taking pictures. I got like one picture. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's content out there. It's just I don't have it in my possession. So maybe, hopefully, one day I'll see it pop up on my timeline. But yeah, I've had a good time.
I think that they did stream it on. Let me check their YouTube page right quick, because I think in.
Oh, was it a YouTube thing?
Yeah, they streamed it on YouTube.
I was looking at Twitch, their Twitch streams, because I definitely saw the dodgeball one, but I didn't host the dodgeball one.
They went live for I think for each day. So volleyball tournament was a day one.
Day one, yeah.
So yeah, okay. So about, let me see.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yep. So about an hour.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yep, about
That's definitely helpful, because I was like, dang, I don't have nothing. Okay. Yeah, I see it. I got it.
Okay, that.
Thank you. Look at that. See?
Yeah, because we were looking at it before, because one of the things we were talking about was like Pierre and his athleticism.
Oh my gosh, like, Pierre is just a fucking sweat.
Pierre's a sweat at everything.
He's a sweat in everything he does. And
the dodgeball.
Yeah, he's just one of those people who are like overachievers, and it's a good thing, But he's like he will beat you in anything. He could have just learned how to play or do something, and he will, crush you in it. That's the type of person.
The man
he's
is
very
talented.
He's super competitive.
Yeah,
he's a very competitive person. So if it's something about winning, best believe he gonna win that.
He gonna win that.
He gonna try really hard too,
Look, I done Fortnite with this dude, and he'll sit up here and get a loadout, and Bap, you know what I'm saying, because you've done this too. He'll get a loadout, and then he'll be off somewhere, just like wiping entire squads. Like, he's just like, oh yeah, I just killed this team. I'm like, bro, I just got my third gun. How are you like? He's sitting across the room, across the field, sniping folks. They don't even know what's going on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And also going back to Zero, what you said about the mom and pop shops in Houston, definitely a good idea. They should have a bunch of those. Just put some food trucks by the convention center. My God.
Thank you. But they had the food. They had some food stuff. Like we had what was it? It was like it was kind of like an empanada, but it wasn't. It was like a stuffed something, but it was good. But they had like the trucks outside the convention center, but they were, the options were very few. There was like one good food option, and the rest were like, quick one-off stuff. But it was like we needed more of that in the local area, not just next to the convention, but like close to the hotels. Like there was no, I would say 7-Eleven, they don't have that, but like there was no like CVS in walking distance from any of the hotels right there.
And
so
no
if
fast
you
food.
needed to get some deodorant, like no fast food. So it's like once you got to your hotel room, you was either gonna have to suffer in silence or DoorDash. Like it was like you couldn't just walk to CVS, go get a little chicken noodle soup. Like I was like, yo, like I need some toothpaste. I got an Uber to get some toothpaste. I had to call. Luckily, on Thursday when I got there, I needed biker shorts for my outfits for the weekend. I had left mine. Luckily, I knew somebody who was local to Houston, and she drove. I said, "Girl, are you able to take me to Walmart?" Like, that was the only way I was gonna get, and I had got like a few things I got from there. So it was like, bro, if it wasn't for her, I was cooked. Like, so I think what I did learn, I think I will have to get a rental next year. I think I will get a rental. Even if I'm in a hotel, I will get a rental next year so that I have, access to driving places.
See, I just like when I usually go to these, I try to find an Airbnb that's in walking distance of the con and it's cheap, which is the only way to get both of those is to look way early. So the one that I had was, fortunately, it was close to everything. Like, the walk to Trap Sushi was 10 minutes. We could get to the convention center in 20. We could get to...
And walking?
Walking distance.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm about to say.
In Uber was like around the corner. We could get to the convention center in 5 minutes in the Uber, and it wouldn't even be a point in getting the Uber to go to Trap Sushi. It was literally like down the street and around the corner, which I didn't know that because I didn't know where all these places were when I booked it. It just so happened that like everything was right there, and I was like, oh, okay, this works. So, I mean, I was gonna, I don't have the money right now.
I'm just like, I'm over. The only time that I would do an Airbnb thing again is if I'm trying to make content with people in the same, like a house or whatever. But I'm definitely, over the past couple of years with my experience with Airbnbs and hotels, I think I definitely am a hotel girl. The like room service, like I just don't. I think I'm more of a hotel girl now. Only thing I would say the downfall of a hotel is that security deposit, but
they do that for Airbnbs too.
They do.
They
do. Like but you know what I'm talking about. Like when you get to the hotel, they take every day, however many days you stay, there's a deposit for each day or whatever. So like,
I got you.
It might be like $400 that you have to pay up front. And they'll tell you just use a credit card to hold it because it's not actually taking it. But like not everybody has a credit card, and if you take my debit card, it's gonna snatch it. That money will disappear and not be available for me to use. So it's like I have to come ready to spend already that much. But most of the time when I'm doing these things, I'm usually getting flown out by a brand. So I will tell them up front, be like, hey, if I'm doing a hotel, I do ask that you cover the security deposit. Like somebody needs to be at the hotel with a card, or you need to give me a digital card to use to cover it. Like something, I'm not paying for it. Like it's not happening. So, or the per diem needs to come out, like where you pay me that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I can give it back or whatever. Like all that. But I think I am definitely more of a hotel girl. This definitely after this year, I was like, Airbnbs are so nice, but I like the personal space of the hotel. I like the room service. Like if I need new towels and new washcloths, and they switch my bed covers, and I think sometimes the Airbnb be too much space, and I lose stuff. Every time I stay in Airbnb, I forget something. I leave something because it's like a home. And they do be taxing with their B&Bs now.
They do. They got hip to people doing them, and then they just started putting ridiculous fees up in there.
Remember, Airbnbs was cheaper at one point than hotels, so it was worth it. But now it's kind of like, dang, I think I'm gonna go back to a hotel because
they're almost the same. The ones that I look for are the ones that are much cheaper. Because I don't get the big ones because I don't stay with like a group. We may end up doing that next year because I had like 4 or 5 people asking like, hey, if you're coming next year, we can find a big Airbnb together. But I only get the ones that have like a bedroom and a couch. So that's like $90 a night, probably.
Yeah, that's good.
So that, those are the ones I'll sit up here and find because
there
it's just
nice 3-star hotels. See, that's the thing. The scale of like hotels versus Airbnbs when it comes to like ratings. If an Airbnb is not 4-star and up, that shit is gonna be ass. Like if it's an Airbnb that's 3-star, that shit is ass. Like that's a house, like that's damn near somebody just was definitely living there yesterday, and they just said, you know what, I'm gonna rent it out this weekend.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But hotels, 3-star is really not. It's not as bad as it, you know, as you in your mind would think. It really, because you don't really need much, as long as it don't stink, as long as the covers is clean. You know, it's like the 3 stars actually get the job done. 4-star hotel, you stay at a 4-star hotel, you actually doing too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you actually doing too much. Like
now you on point. You on point, because like,
yeah, so
if
that's definitely true.
Clean, no bugs, don't smell. That's it. Clean, no bugs, don't smell. That's all I need.
It's so funny, like the scaling. Like when I'm thinking about, like, if you ever type in Airbnbs for like a cheap price, it's like they start to look all like, it's like, ugh, I don't want to stay there. Like, this look like somebody's closet.
That's why when I saw that one, the one that we were at, and I'm like, they talking about they got a pool, they got a gym, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm sitting up here looking, I'm like, okay, so what's the catch? I'm like, oh, this is actually nice. And you know what? That was the cleanest Airbnb I have ever been in. When I was in Dallas and when I was in Austin, they were clean, but they had bugs. I do not like dealing with bugs. And they didn't just have bugs, they had roaches. I especially don't like dealing with that. This Airbnb, bug free. Not a creature in it. I'm like, now they ain't had no food either, so maybe there's a correlation there. But I was very happy not having to kill anything up in there. It was great. It was great. I loved it.
They have no food, so no food, no roaches.
No food, no roaches. That's what it is. Now well, I won't get too far into that, because I do have a couple of questions, because I know I said that we wasn't going to hold this too long because it is late.
Yeah.
Did you get to see Meg Thee Stallion? I'm curious.
I did not.
You did not?
And I didn't care to see her or not. So it wasn't like, oh, you know, because when her panel dropped, like her opening or to get a seat or whatever, my plane had just landed. Like I remember, and it sold out in 3 minutes. So I was like, you know, it's okay, it's fine. Like I wasn't tripping. Like I didn't even see her, smell her. Like I don't think I ever was close enough to even see her in the same way. And it wasn't on my bucket list. You know, I was happy to see other people posting that they saw her. I was like happy for them, but I'm not, you know. And if Rihanna pulls up, absolutely.
Rihanna's that person. Rihanna is really that person.
I will stalk her. She would have to call the police.
I'm not gonna lie. My I don't know if I even have a celeb crush, or I'm not even necessarily a crush, but somebody that I would like freak out over being there. Yeah. I can't really say off the bat. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to think.
But like
in
terms of like a Dreamcon, like Corey can like I wouldn't do, but because I know him like from just his personality through videos, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't stalk him or anything. Right. I feel like I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
No, I met all of mine. See, because the thing is, it was like the first one was Keats, so I met him in 2022. Because he asked me to come out so that we could be there when he does his panel. So Keats was the first one, and then it was Cleo, and then I've been working with Cleo for the past 3 years, and then this year I met Tiffy Starchild and Cutie Pie Sensei. When I saw the two of them, I had to refrain from saying too many nice things because I would have sounded like a psycho. So I stopped. I'm like, I've been talking too much. Let me just take a picture and leave, because you're gonna freak out. Her Cutie Pie Sensei's husband was right there, and I was like, let me chill. Period. Let me chill. I'm not trying to come off as creepy. Don't get me. I love like the content creators and everything, and some of them will make me like, oh my god. But I'll sit up and start showering too much praise, and then it just looks weird. And it's like, I will mean everything I say, but if you say it too much, then it comes off as strange. And another thing, actually, I'm glad that I get to do this with you, because I was so upset. I don't know if you saw like my Dreamcon inspiration video that I did. I was so upset that I did not ask you to say something on there.
Oh no, I did see it. Oh, that was last year.
That was last year's DreamCon.
How you would have had to catch me, baby. They had me ripping and running. I had no time.
But I had a moment.
Was like preem.
Remember when you were cause you dressed as what's old girl's name from Tekken? Reina?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was like, I could have caught you in that moment when you had the cosplay for a few minutes. Cause I was like going through, cause I was looking at the people that I was asking. And then I sat up and thought like, wait a minute. I have not asked a single female content creator. Where's Geechee? And then I'm like, where's Sensei? Like you said, you were ripping and running, so I didn't get to catch you at that point. But I would have loved to hear you say something. So could you say something inspirational now, since you didn't say it in the videos? It's something you could drop now for
inspirational?
People. Yeah.
I would say closed mouths don't get fed, especially when you're going to events like DreamCon. Speak now or forever hold that peace. If you are an aspiring content creator or you are a videographer, photographer, like put yourself out there. Be ready at all times. You know, you never know who is going to be open to hearing you out or even just giving you a yes. So that's something that I learned, just not being scared to talk to people and show them like or tell them what you can offer, especially if you want to work with them, and have a good time. Like, you know, my first year I had a lot of fun, and I also had a lot of work. So having that balance is extremely important. Like DreamCon can be very overwhelming depending on what you're doing. If you have a panel you're hosting, things like that. But like you gotta find the sweet spot, because then you're gonna miss the fun stuff. You're gonna come home like, dang, everybody else had fun and I was just working, you know? So all those good things.
I actually appreciate it. And that is true, because this year actually is the first year, last year and this year. But especially this year, I missed out on some stuff because I was working the entire time. And that's why it's like next year I want to come back as a creator or somebody who's invited, so that I have more time to experience the con. Because every DreamCon I volunteer, and don't get me wrong, it's been fun. I love volunteering, but I also want to be there as somebody who is just there to enjoy it, you know?
Yep, that was me this year. Really both myself and Keith, because you know we normally are hosting, but this year we weren't invited back as hosts. We were just creators, so we didn't do much, honestly. We weren't even, if I'm being completely honest, we weren't really anticipating this DreamCon either, because we weren't working. We were cool off of it. Like if we ended up not going, we wouldn't have been mad, you know. It was like, hey, like, because he's been to so many, I've been to 3 at this point. Like it was like, you know, hey, I'm cool. But I will say that, you know, I'm glad we ended up still going, but we did not do much. Like we didn't do much. Like I think going from host to really doing nothing, like I think he had to play in a dodgeball tournament, but he didn't host anything. I hosted the volleyball tournament. That was it, you know. So it was like, other than that, I didn't really do much at the con. I didn't go to no panels. I didn't do nothing. This year, I was chilling. I slept in. Matter of fact, it was my vacation, baby. I slept in.
Hey, I love that.
I didn't get out that bed till 11 a.m. to get to the con. So, but I will say, you know, it was definitely, I think I needed that rest, honestly. I was not tripping. Like, we also just did MomoCon, and we worked.
Yeah.
So it was like, I'm cool. I was just more so excited to see people, you know. So when I did get to the short time, like maybe an hour I spent on the floor, I used that time to talk to people and catch up. But really, it was just the after parties that I was there for. Just like, hey, just to hang out with people. That was it. And I did. And I had a good time. I really, like I told you, one day, honestly, I could do one day. I could have did one day this year and been completely satisfied.
Yeah, and I wish I could have made it to MomoCon. It's just like the timing and the funds was not there.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, because when you asked me last year, it's like, oh, I really want to go, especially just to just casually be around and see MomoCon, because it's kind of like, and I haven't been, so I don't. You can agree or disagree on this. It kind of seems like it is a DreamCon back in time, where it's like it's smaller but it's growing more.
Smaller? Hell.
It's not?
Hell no.
Oh.
Hell no. It's okay. Well, when you put it into perspective, DreamCon is large, with attendees. It seems mega. But
Mm-hmm.
MomoCon is also mega, but because they've been around for so long and their programming is so well, and like it's a flow, right? So many people are going into spaces, but in terms of size, it's the same size, if not maybe bigger.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Excuse
yeah,
me.
MomoCon has been around
Th-
for years. It has to at least be 20,000 people for sure.
Okay.
It's mega. And the thing about MomoCon, which makes it so interesting because DreamCon has these, issues, but they're still babies. They're new to this. But MomoCon is the same weekend as Carnival in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there'll be a game, like, I don't know who we playing. Somebody else be some Atlanta team be playing like that weekend. So it'd be so much happening in the city, but it's just been around so long. There's so much structure rooted, like it's clean. You couldn't tell. You wouldn't be able to tell. DreamCon, it's like so obvious. There's so many people here. It's
Uh-huh.
so packed. There's lines for this, lines for that, but it's I do feel like DreamCon is unfortunately heading down the path though of like celebrity culture, and that's what's going to differentiate it from something like a MomoCon. MomoCon is not celebrity culture. Like people just be walking around. Your favorite content creators just be there, and it's not that big of a deal. Like DreamCon is becoming a place where like it's idolized. Like people are like, oh, agent, they gotta follow him around the con.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, yeah, DreamCon is approaching the mega, but it's not there yet. There are stuff like DreamHack is way bigger than DreamCon. There's like
I did hear
50,000 people
Dang, I don't know what that means.
just going in and going out. And that convention is open most of it for, I think they're changing it this year, but the last, ever since it started, it's a 24-hour con. People are there all day, all night, so it's you got that, you got Dragon Con, and I'm just speaking about Atlanta cons. But you have stuff like Anime Expos,
Right.
the Comic Cons,
Anime
like
NYC.
DreamCon is a baby. It's just
Yeah.
it feels so big to us because it's all black people. Now that's the record, right? You ain't never seen no event like, even, you got Essence Fest, right? Essence Festival is really big, but no, not as big as DreamCon.
Right.
And nobody gonna say that because Essence Fest been around for a while. But you can go to Essence Fest and walk around and not bump into people. DreamCon, you realize swerving on that corner.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, like you like knucking if you
Ducking
bucking in
and
the
dive-
hallways.
Yes.
Yeah, like.
Yes, straight up like football playing, like swim moves.
Exactly. You really gotta like walk like you in New York. Like you gotta walk like this. Cause there's somebody here, there's somebody there. Especially on Saturday. Day 2 for sure. Day 2 has gotta be the busiest day they have. Friday is like it's busy but not as busy. But Saturday is, everybody who got a day pass, because they got work on Friday and Monday. Everybody who got a day pass, everybody who got a weekend pass, all the celebrities, everybody's there on Saturday. So it looks a mess. But
yeah,
no, MomoCon is great though. MomoCon has becoming more and more multicultural. It used to be really white. I think the first year I went, that shit is white. It's still white, don't get me wrong. It's still white. It's still white, but you can tell black people are more and more black people, more people of color are starting to come out to MomoCon, which is really beautiful to see. Like, it's kind of like a PWI, when a PWI college starts to because like more black people are getting enrolled, and it's like, wait a minute, this got a little flavor to it. Hold on,
they season a little bit now.
Yeah, they get a little season.
Swerving that quarter, whoa.
All DreamCon weekend for
all
sure.
All DreamCon. Okay, so one last question. What is it that you're looking forward to next year? If you're planning on going to DreamCon next year, what are you looking forward to? What would you like to see?
What am I looking forward to? Oh, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I really don't know because I feel like I feel like I've checked all my boxes when it comes to DreamCon. I'm really just there to see people. Like it's like a cookout to me right now. DreamCon is the family
Mm-hmm.
cookout, family reunion, and that's all I care about now. Is just seeing everybody because that's the one place I know I'm gonna see as much people as possible. It's getting too big now where I miss a couple people, but it's like I don't know what am I excited for. Oh, I mean, if they do the Call of Duty tournament and run it back, I'm excited to do that again. I'm excited to play on that stage.
There you go, get that
for
trophy
sure.
again, get another W.
Yeah. More main events.
More main
like,
events.
I didn't get to go. Only events that I went to was volleyball and dodgeball, and I did go to the basketball charity event. That was actually really nice. I really loved it. That shit was black as fuck. I was like, see, this what I'm saying. Like, you don't see this at no other con.
Yeah.
You don't get this at no other con.
What con has a basketball tournament? Right. That's the thing, because it's
with
like
the Texas Southern Marching Band. Like,
right, like, because that's why I love it, because you get the black and the nerd. Most other places you just get the nerd.
Exactly. Like BlurCon is just blur, like the black nerds. But DreamCon Real Live is black and nerd. Like you get both.
You get both of them things.
HBCU Con comes out to the thing and they do a little meetup there with all the HBCU people, the Greek people. Like, it's like so cool. I love it. So I mean, I'm just most excited to see everybody again. I can't wait. I long for the reunion to happen. I could care less if we did nothing but just talk in that hallway. I would be happy with that.
And you know
honestly.
what?
DreamCon, yeah.
I love that, because it's the same thing with me, because there's not too many events that I go to DreamCon for. Not that they don't have great events. They have great events. But the coolest thing is, like you said, it's like a cookout. All of our people come back together and we all, saying, hey, what's up? It's like all of our streamer community, our gaming community and everything. Everybody gets to come together and say hello. And it's like, and some of these people are like, people you really don't get to like nail down because they're so busy, like doing stuff with life and everything. But you'll see them in this place and it's like, we can chill, we can hang out for a bit, and that I love that. That is the coolest thing, coming back and seeing you guys again and again each year. That's so much fun to me.
I'd be so happy. I don't get to see my RDC family a lot. Like, was it this year? Yeah, this year I did get to see Ben, Leland, and Dez like in February, maybe March it was. I think it was February, like the last day of February, March 1st, and they were here for something, and they invited us out to the club because it's like, hey, we only normally see y'all once a year, and it's like, so when you get the opportunity, so like somebody like King Vader, I only see him once a year,
right?
And it's so heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, honestly, and I wish that I could see them more. I that's what I am as a creator. Like, my goal is to be able to do more traveling to link up with people that my content creator friends who are in different states and make content without having to wait for DreamCon every year. You know, DreamCon is great, but I hate that I have to wait and it's so fast. It's in a blink, like, and you're busy. So it's like you can't depend on that no more. I tweeted that. I was like, I have to start pulling up on people again. I used to do that in 2022. I did this thing called the Preem Tour, and I was just driving to as many places I could get to meet up with people I played games with, like GTRP, Apex, and was pulling up on them and making content with them. Because it was like, bro, I want to hang out with you in real life. It's like, so I don't know. That's my goal next year, is to be more remote, like getting on the road and seeing people, because I can't wait for DreamCon no more. I can't do it. Like, I can't do it.
That's how I'm feeling this year too, honestly, because like going to DreamCon, especially with it coming as fast as it did, it was just like, okay, now we have to wait a whole nother year for that again. It's like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I really want to, it's over a year. And it's like, I'm thinking, like, I want to go to LA. Like, I mean, you know,
Right.
to meet up with Vader, with Cleo and his family, with I think Pierre or Caleb are out there. Whoever's out, it's plenty of people out there. And then I've wanted to go back to Atlanta for a while. I've only been to Atlanta once, and that was when Keats did his If the Pirates Were Real movie. So it's the only time I've been to Atlanta, and I've wanted to go back since then. Especially with like, now I know that you're there, Jaya's there.
There's a whole community here. Atlanta is equivalent to LA when it comes to content creation. We have our hub. LA has their hub. I think the DMV has a hub, and then New York has a hub. Those are like the 4 hot spots where, like, you know, you could get at least 10 people for sure. But Atlanta and LA for sure running it when it comes to, I forgot, like Texas.
Yeah, Texas is big too. Yeah.
Spot. But the thing about Texas is that there's some people in Houston, there's some people in Austin, some people in Dallas.
Right.
It's not close enough, you know. Like the Texas is way too big. Like
it's too many places.
We don't all live in the city of Atlanta, but we live in Metro Atlanta, and it's close enough, so nobody's too far out, you know. Like.
And see, in Chicago, there's none of that.
Right.
So it's like I have to go out to see anybody. Yeah, it's like it's not many people here. I think the closest person to me is Derry, and he's like,
really?
Yeah, and he is 2 states away. So
no. There's and I've been trying to get like Kate at the God. He lives in Ohio. I've been trying to get him to move out here because it's just like, trust me when I say, as a creator, like it would be very beneficial to you to be able to live not, you know, so far from, you know, other like-minded individuals, creators in general, because like we have a lot of screenings, advanced screenings, movie premieres and stuff like that, anime stuff happening. There's at least 4 cons that happen here in Atlanta. There's MomoCon, there's DragonCon, there's DreamHack. So at least 3 big conventions that happen here. So even if you don't do no other convention, you hit one of the most important ones here just by living here, which is a blessing for us. That's why, like, when the Dreamcon announced that they were going to do it the week after MomoCon, we was all like, Atlanta was like, well, we good over here. We can go to MomoCon and
right, y'all got it.
It's down the street.
I was sitting up here like, dang.
I know. People were like, oh, now I gotta choose. I was like, not me though. Stay safe, y'all. Not me.
Yeah, because you mentioned it was like, how am I gonna spend both of these? I don't even know. And when I ain't gonna get into where life was going at the time, because we ain't got time for that. I want to wrap this up a bit, but it was not. My bank account was saying, you bet not. You bet not. We don't even know how you gonna do one.
My still saying I bet not. And that's why I wasn't supposed to go to Dreamcon. That's the crazy thing. I was not.
Me neither.
I assumed I was going because I thought I was gonna be brought back as a host. When I found out I wasn't hosting, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not going because I can't afford to go by myself. Like, I can't afford to do this trip. And I was like, hey, I told everybody, I said, hey, y'all, looks like I'm not going. And everybody's like, no, we're gonna miss you. And I was like, hey, if I end up going, it's because of God. God did. And he did, you know. I got booked. And not only did I get booked to go and be there, I was paid to go. You know what I'm saying?
We love that.
So it's like, right.
I need to get there.
Come on now.
Because I paid for all of my stuff.
I've been doing this for some time now. So it's I need more, if anything. Like, as a full-time content creator right now, I need more to sustain my life, you know. So it's like I'm living invoice to invoice right now, and these invoices don't be paid on time. You got holidays, like I'm like waiting for somebody to come in now, and I'm like, oh, Juneteenth probably messed that up, so now I gotta wait a little longer. It's not easy. So it's like, if you do end up taking this route, just know it's gonna be you better be emailing everybody you can find, trying to get you some gigs. That's what I've been doing, for real.
I get you. It is, for me, it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a hybrid route for me, because I've been, traditional is instilled in me so much. It's like, it feels, I can't fully like get away from that, but what I want to do more is just like work for myself. So I want to write a book. I started, I just need to finish it. I do editing already, and editing is the main thing I want to do because I actually enjoy that. It's just finding someone who, one, needs an editor, and two, is willing to pay for one. The second one is the biggest one.
Yes.
Because I know people who are
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, can you edit for me? It's like, yeah, how much you gonna pay?
Right,
It's
but
like,
it's
oh,
like,
I'm
yeah,
broke. It's
yeah.
like, well, I am too. So we need something
Right.
here.
Yeah,
So
don't let them do that.
And I've had that a couple of times. So it's been rough, but I haven't given up on it yet, because one thing I'll say is, like, working with a boss is for the birds. I've had terrible experiences with, like, not even my managers, people over their heads will sit up here and do stupid stuff, and then we all gotta pay for it, and I end up getting laid off. And I'm like, I'm not trying to live like that. My parents have lived like that. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna bring my own money in because I can rely on my own money, not somebody else's.
That makes sense. I like that.
So
I like that. Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, we gonna make it. Look,
we gonna make it.
I'm in a place where I'm in no rush. You know, I'm happy to be healthy, and I'm here. You know, like, I still get to experience certain things. So it's like, hey, if it's, you know, if it's gotta be like this for another year, I can make it. I made it through this year. I can make it again.
We made it so far, right? And that's
exactly.
You just gotta remember, we made it so far. We just gotta keep on making it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yep. But I am gonna say that's about it. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
this was fun though.
I love doing these little recaps and talks and, like, different perspectives from everyone. And that's why I wanted to do this. Like, okay, so I saw how it went for me. How did it go for you? And how did it go for, like, some of the other people? And then you get a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, and, you know, we can throw it on YouTube so people know, like, hey, this is what happened. The recaps. The recaps are, like, Dreamcon specific. Like, if people want to just be on stream and talk stuff, I'm all down with that. But just, like, for the moment, it's just Dreamcon specific stuff. But yeah, I don't mind talking to people. This is what this is here for. We talk, we connect, we communicate. This is what we do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you go.
But yeah, this was fun. Thank you for having me.
No problem. No problem. I'll let you get to sleep because I know it's late.
It is late.
It is late. And thank you for agreeing to do this so late. I will see you later.
Of course. See you guys.
And that is that. I'm not going to waste any more time. Again, thank y'all for tuning in, and I hope y'all have a good night.